Can we go back to
a large enough variant that allows for people to have open minds and absorb different opinions and theories. Like, simple. You would think there was a time that was actually acceptable and done amongst normal people. But today's day and age, we're at a point that open conversation, even when you have people that admit things in conversation without realizing
it's mainly online, and it's mainly the corporations, the government, and online. Because when you talk to people in real life, do you encounter these people? Yeah, but 9 out of 10 times it's somebody like you and me, and the people listen to it. And so, like, we are the majority. So why are we letting these people fucking dictate this garbage, man? Black, white, yellow, or polka dotted. We are the motherfucking majority, and we have fucking spoken, and this garbage is still happening.
It's one of those things, like, a lot of places are finally reverting. Some of them are still, like, to certain aspects. And it's mainly state and federal areas that are trying to continue certain aspects of it. Which is
certain states and the federal government, yeah. But before we get off topic, because we already said we're talking about it, I hope you've been listening to me this entire time and you've gotten some emergency seeds or some emergency food, or you've been putting cans away if that's all you can do, buy a couple extra cans when you go grow it. Because there's a global food crisis coming. And it's I don't want to say it's not going to affect us, but I don't think it's going to hit America as hard, because we can technically adapt and make our own fertilizer. Yeah. So I think we'll be able to adapt to the yield in food, because I don't think we really, because fertilizer is the only thing that we might get from Russia. I don't think we get any of the food and stuff. Europe gets food, so you guys in Europe, you guys should know you get a bunch of wheat and stuff from Ukraine, and that might be disrupted. But I do know the UN said the Middle East and parts of Africa are going to have they're not going to be able to grow up enough food. So, I mean, you guys are going to, I hope you guys are prepared, because I think that's the point, the start. Kill as much people they want for this stupid global reset garbage. But you got to prepare for that shit, you know.
And if you have the space and the time, guys, don't forget you can plant your own goods, grow a few things you might need, think outside the box. These are things that will be handy when the time is necessary, and you might even be able to assist in your community depending on the volume of things you're able to produce.
Yeah.
So that's something you need to take into consideration. Like, when the time does come, if it is a situation, how are you ready?
But the exact words wasn't if there's a global food crisis, but how big it's going to be. And when it's going to hit. And I've seen some things like that here, like Dunkin' Donuts. They got to close the lobby at a certain point.
But then again,
and then they're all their donuts are fucking, they don't, like, it's like, I don't think they're getting the same amount of, like, business, and they're not getting.
Yeah, it's dying down.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening to a lot of these places that do these dumb things. They're like, it's time to get local, guys. You have to realize these big chains are going to slowly start to fall as things like this start to occur, because they're not going to be able to produce the mass quantities like before. And when that starts happening, the prices are going to continue to increase. And it just makes more sense to go to the moms and pops buying it locally. And then you can go to the food stores and you'll see, and I've even seen in my food store, certain things have phased out and certain things have phased in. And honestly, the things phasing in, I have no complaints. Everything's been great.
The places I shop haven't been a problem either. I didn't go to fucking, I needed a tool. Speaking of mom and pops, I needed a tool the other day to fix the Jeep, because for some reason my kit didn't have the one size wrench it's always the one
you need. It's never there.
So,
ensure indeed.
But I went to the mom and pop fucking hardware store, Rockies, at the end of my street, instead of going to fucking. Yeah. And they had what I needed for like a reasonable price. That wasn't like I would have went to fucking Home Depot and they would have charged me $50, $30 for a fucking wrench that I bought for like $15 bucks. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you have to
But we're gonna have to support our communities and stuff because inflation's going. Saudi Arabia is already talking about accepting the Chinese yuan for oil instead of the U.S. dollar, and that's the only thing that's keeping the U.S. dollar somewhat valuable. So if fucking they stop fucking making people pay U.S. dollar for oil, like our fucking money is basically monopoly money. So it's like.